Hi, I wanted to talk to you today about play and adults. So this past weekend, my family and I went and had a staycation at the Royal York Hotel. And the highlight of the weekend was when we were wandering around exploring the hotel and we came across an empty ballroom. Well, my kids were ecstatic. The minute they walked into the room and saw this massive ballroom with nothing in it, they started running. They ran after each other. They were laughing and screaming and just having a great time. My husband and I were against the wall, watching them with big smiles on our faces. And suddenly I started to have some thoughts around, oh no, what if someone comes and sees them? What will they say about us allowing this to happen? What will they say about us as parents? And in that moment, I noticed that these thoughts were creeping up, and that I didn't enjoy these thoughts, and that they weren't helping me or anyone else around me in that moment. And I said, okay, I hear you. And I made a decision. What do I want to do in this moment? And I decided that what I actually really wanted to do in that very moment was run with my kids and play around as if I were 5 again. And so I did. I didn't say a thing to my husband, who looked at me with very strangely. And I ran into the ballroom, into the open space, and I started running after my kids. I started doing cartwheels here and there, not an easy feat for a 43-year-old. And we just had the time of our lives. We started opening doors to see what else we could find. We started having an Olympic type race back and forth against across the ballroom. I felt phenomenal. I felt free, fully energized. There is this expansiveness, not only of the room, but of me. I just felt full of possibilities. And it had me thinking about this story I had shared with my team back in the day, in my corporate days, about this fish market in Seattle. And this fish market in the 80s was close to bankruptcy. It actually started in the 30s, and then was facing some issues, some serious financial issues, and were close to closing down. And then they just turned it all around, and they did it through fun and play. And they introduced fun and play, not in the way that a lot of corporate environments do, in this kind of half-assed way. They went full out, and they gave their employees the space and the permission to play full out as long as it was in service of their clients. And so this fish market is now a world famous fish market. They throw fish around and sing and tell jokes. I mean, not only do the employees have the best time, the clients have the best time. This fish market has totally turned things around, is recognized around the world. Documentary has been written around it. It's used as a case study in business, and has been featured in films and TV shows. And they did it through play. They did it through attitude, bringing that fun into their workday. And so as adults, so many times, so often we try to be serious and get things done. And I am certainly guilty of this. In my goal to get as much packed into a day as possible, I sometimes get serious. And what I was reminded this weekend was that these two activities, getting things done and having fun, can actually live together. And in fact, they fuel each other, can do so powerfully. And so I'd love you to start thinking about how you can bring more play into your your workday? How can you have it fuel your energy during the day so that you feel that expansiveness and that feeling of possibility versus, this kind of very stringent, strict way of doing work? Play around with it, see what comes up for you, and I'd love to hear about any experience that you have. Play, have fun, let go, and have a wonderful day. Ciao.